I don't know if you guys got any of the northern lights from the solar storms.
Just like one.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
What was it like?
I mean, I didn't see it. My daughter was just sending me pictures of it.
Yeah. My buddy lives in Montana, and he was sending me photos of what's going on. And Jamie, your buddy in Ohio, right?
Well, yeah, all my friends in Ohio saw it, so made it that far.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's crazy how that just happened all over the place, man.
Well, we knew about it. We knew they were coming because there's two different types of radiation that comes from those storms when they have these big coronal mass ejections. One of them reaches us in seconds. I think that's gamma waves. Is that what that is? That reaches us in seconds? And then the second one takes days to get us, and that's the one that can take out your cell phone towers and fuck up communications and shut down the grid. And if it gets big enough, we're really doomed.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a very, very vulnerable system, and we're essentially living in a house with a glass ceiling, hoping that it doesn't hail.
That don't help me sleep good at night.
Right? If you park your car outside, if most of the time your car's fine. Most of the time it doesn't hail. But if it hails, your car's
got a glass ceiling on that car.
Your car's going to get fucked up. I'm sure you've seen like damage that hail's caused to people's cars.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. That is an unpredictable thing that happens way more often than these massive solar ejections. But if they get big enough, we're fucked. If they get big enough, we are back in the caveman days, kids. I mean, we still have books, and we'll be reading them by candlelight, but all refrigeration's gone. You're going to have biodiesel generators. You're going to have to
start making beef
about
jerky
energy.
again.
Oh, yeah. You're going to need beef jerky. You're going to need water purification tablets.
Yeah.
You're going to need someone who can figure out how to make those water purification tablets without electricity.
Someone to test the water on before you drink it.
Bro.
You need a whole bunch of shit.
It could get real squirrely. I think there was one big historical mass ejection that was documented within the last couple hundred years that they say if it happened today, we would be really fucked. That this same thing, if it happened today.
The Carrington event is what it's called. The most intense geomagnetic storm in recorded history.
When was that one?
September 1st and 2nd of 1859.
And so the Carrington event, most intense geomagnetic storm recorded history, peaking from 1 to 2 September 1859 during solar cycle 10, created strong auroral displays that were reported globally and caused sparking and even fires in multiple telegraph stations. Whoa. Yeah. So, like, what the fuck would that do today?
So it just blows up everything that has electricity in it.
Yeah, it just cooks everything.
Dude, what if everybody's car just blew up? Everybody's fucking house just blew up.
Oh, yeah, it probably
TV
would. Probably
up.
cook your fucking computer in your car. September 1st, as Carrington was sketching on sunspots, he was blinded by a sudden flash of light. Carrington described it as a white light flare, according to a NASA spaceflight. The whole event lasted about 5 minutes. The flare was a major coronal mass ejection, a burst of magnetized plasma from the sun's upper atmosphere, the corona. In 17.6 hours, the coronal mass ejection traversed over 90 million miles between the sun. Okay, that's the distance between the sun and the Earth, 150 million kilometers, and unleashed its force on our planet. According to NASA spaceflight, it usually takes CMEs multiple days to reach Earth. The day after Carrington observed the impressive flare, Earth experienced an unprecedented geomagnetic storm with telegraph systems going haywire and auroral displays normally confined to polar latitudes visible in the tropics, according to NASA science. Carrington put two and two together and realized that the solar flare he'd seen was almost certainly the cause of this massive geomagnetic disturbance. This was a connection that had never previously been made, according to NASA spaceflight. The solar storm of 1859 is now known as the Carrington event in his honor. Wow. So if that happened today, what would happen if the Carrington event happened today? Let's find out what
Your
happens
fucking
there.
cell phone just blows up.
Yeah. Oh, probably. It probably cooks everything.
Yeah.
But that's what's really scary is that all of our cars are controlled by computers. Unless you have an old car that has a carburetor, you're fucked. Unless you have an old ass, 1988 Toyota truck, you're in a bad spot. Right there. What would happen with a Carrington event today? People ask. First one. Click on that. As such, Hudson suggested that a solar flare on the level of Carrington event might not pose as big a threat to humankind as some fear. Still, a Carrington event pointed at Earth today would have substantial impacts, mainly on human activities in space. Also, it wouldn't kill our grid.
No, probably not.
I think they're just fucking guessing.
Yeah, they don't want to freak people out, dude.
I don't know.
Because if it's never happened, how do you know what would happen?
Also, that one, the Carrington event, we don't really totally know how big it was.
Right, because they didn't have the instruments to measure
Right.
it back then.
And what if there's one that's double that? I mean, if that can happen, something bigger can happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I mean, we've only been around a short amount of time. The fucking sun's been around for billions of years. Like, how long is it? Every now and then it shoots off a big wad of jizz
Yeah.
and blasts us
Fucking
with some plasma.
Just destroys all our technology. He's just up there.
You know, when they first started observing gamma ray bursts in the universe, they thought that there was wars going on in space. When they first started detecting these gamma ray bursts, they found that they were happening like every couple seconds all over space.
And they were reading too much science fiction.
No, they realized they didn't know what it was. Like, what are these bursts? And then they realized there's something called hypernovas. So if a hypernova, like if our sun goes hypernova, that's a wrap. That's a wrap
It just
for everything.
blows up?
Yeah, but it cooks
And
the whole solar system.
that's what they're detecting all over the place?
Yeah.
So suns are always fucking blowing up.
Yeah. Well, there's so many of them. Eventually, they reach the end of their life cycle, and if they hypernova, if they're big enough and they have enough mass and they hypernova, that's a wrap for the whole solar system.
Fuck.
Yeah, like I think it's a wrap for other solar systems that are close by too.
Yeah.
I think it's a wrap for like pretty much everything.
But maybe you get to that point where
What is this, Jamie? Captures a supernova. Hypernova is actually even bigger than a supernova. So this is the Hubble telescope captured a supernova. But there was I think it was a Science Channel, had this documentary on hypernovas, where these people were talking about how when they first started measuring them, they were like, oh, shit. Like, because this was like post-World War II. We understand atomic bombs. Like, what do these guys have? Like, these guys are blowing up whole planets out there. Like, oh, fuck. Imagine thinking that the universe is teeming with life, and that life is so violent that it's blowing up planets.
Yeah.
Total Star Wars shit.